and the best place for your travel softball team is to play with USSSA Softball. Not only for the best travel team tournaments, but for recreational softball tournaments all around the area, as well for your high school level softball team. Plus, the USSSA National Championship this year is at the Gulf Shore and Orange Beach and the Foley Softball Complex. Now, for more information, visit alfastpitch.uSSSA.com. That's alfastpitch.uSSSA.com.
The two-night weekend event known as WrestleMania.
Stream WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday at 6 Eastern on the ESPN app with the ESPN Unlimited plan.
This is Freddie and Harry.
For the NFC East, what I've seen the Washington Commanders do in free agency, and they're going to add more additions in the draft, I'm picking the Commanders to win the NFC East for 2026. Now, when I look at the second place team, I'm not putting the Eagles there. I'm just not right now. I might be picking the Dallas Cowboys or the New York Giants to be second.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is the NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championships. This is for the bowl.
She is that girl. It's Jordan Child. There's always Kaylin Geo time.
For the fearless.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. SEC Thursday Night Baseball. 20th ranked Florida would score 4 runs in the first 3 innings and hold on as they knock off 13th ranked Auburn in game 1 of that 3-game series, 6-3. 11th ranked Alabama and 4th ranked Texas begins their best of 3 series tonight, 6:30 p.m. College football news. The Football Oversight Committee recommends officially starting the college football season on Thursday of what is now week 0 starting in 2027. It'll create a 14-week roadmap to play 12 games with the last week of the regular season, the week of Thanksgiving. Auburn takes to the field tomorrow for their first A-Day game under new head coach Alex Golesh. Kickoff set for 2 p.m. There is a huge major sports announcement set for later today. 97.7 ESPN The Zone will have the press conference live for you beginning at 1 p.m. from Toyota Field. Make sure you have the 97.7 ESPN, the app, downloaded.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog,
Let's go, baby.
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Elle McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Yeah, baby. Football Friday in the dog. You know what that means? That means we're going to have football music all throughout the show today. It doesn't matter what the season is. Ain't no off-season in football. Now, we do have a little baseball in here today as well, of course. How about Mike Trout completing what may be the greatest series ever by a visiting player at Yankee Stadium since ever? I mean, dude hit 5 home runs in that 4-game series against the Yankees. No one has ever done that at any Yankee Stadium. It doesn't matter whether it's the house that Ruth built or the house that Jeter built. Either one of those houses across the street. Doesn't matter. Nobody has ever come in to Yankee Stadium and hit 5 home runs in a series. Nobody's ever done that. Mike Trout now has 7 home runs on the season, 1 behind Aaron Judge for the league lead. He made a small adjustment last week and has been on a heater ever since. He's doing this thing now where his back foot, and he used to do this, and you wouldn't think it would make a difference, but athletes are so superstitious, this must be it. He picks up his back foot and sets it back down like 2 inches back. When the pitcher starts his windup, he picks his back foot up and then he sets it back a little bit. It's just a timing mechanism. I don't think it's doing anything, but, it's the way they are, man. That's the way they are. By the way, would you like to have a little bit of a hoop and puck fecta today?
It's the holiest day of the week, the Friday trifecta.
I mean, we don't do full-blown Friday trifectas outside of football season, but every once in a while we'll do something for something specific. We did something for the Masters last week, and, we have got the NBA and NHL playoffs getting started tomorrow. So how about a chance to win some food or some Trash Panda tickets, maybe a little golf? We'll put it all in there, a little prize package. I'm going to make it really easy. I'm going to make it really easy for you. Just give me the winner of the NBA and NHL playoffs. Give me the winner of the NBA final. I know they call it the finals. Makes no sense because it's only one final. But give me the winner of the NBA finals and the Stanley Cup final. See, the Stanley Cup, they proper English, a Stanley Cup final. NBA finals. Anyway, just give me the winner. Give me the winner of the NBA and the winner of the NHL. If you could get the winner of the NBA and the winner of the NHL now, right now, before the season starts, you got to get in before tomorrow. Get them right, and I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up with a beautiful prize package. Everybody. And I have both brackets in front of me in case you need help. Like, dog, I don't know. Who's the 1 seed in the hockey and in the basketball? I'll help you. I'll give you something on that. We all love to get in on this action, so get in on it. You can call them in. You can use the text window to get in, but you got to do it before the playoffs begin tomorrow. The lines are open now, so feel free to get in, jump in, and contribute. 256-576-4977. That'll get you into the Sports Talk Radio show. It's that easy. Okay, we also have a text window for you. If you want to get into the text window, you could do that at 732-9TA show. 732-982-7469. That's the text window. Phone number for wherever you are. Wherever you're listening or consuming the show. 256-576-4977. That's you, Paulie, in the Cape. I know you like this action. Finally, you can watch the show as well on WZZN TV. So you can find that on the YouTube. You can find that on Twitter. You can find that on Facebook. And instead of giving you the name of all the different Twitter accounts or whatever, we'll just say check it out at my Twitter page, my X page, at Thom Abraham Show. Just go to at Thom Abraham Show, and you'll see it right there as we come to you live from the Big Dog Production Studios. Yesterday, we previewed the Auburn A-Day game with Justin Ferguson. You can go back and listen to that. It's on the podcast. You can go back and hear that. A lot of different ways to find it. So today, we're going to take a look at G-Day with Anthony Dasher of UGAsports.com coming up later on in this hour. There is a perception that Georgia is somehow slipping like the rest of the SEC because they haven't won a national championship in a couple of years. So that's the way it is. The SEC, it's dead. If you haven't won an SEC championship in a couple of years, your program is dead. It's a Big Ten world now. We all just live in it. But I'm not ready to throw dirt on the Dogs just yet. Vegas has them at 9.5 for the win total this season. I'll be honest with you, I can't find where these 3 losses have come from for it to be an under. Where are these 3 losses coming from? The 3 non-conference games are Tennessee State, Western Kentucky, and the season closer with Georgia Tech. They only have 4 true road games: at Arkansas, at Alabama, at Ole Miss, and at South Carolina. That's it. That's their road schedule. That's it. They'll be favored, I believe, in 3 of those games, and there'll be a slight dog at Alabama. Depending on how the season starts, by the time that Alabama game comes around, that game it's right in the middle of the season, October 10th. It's game 5 for both teams. Game 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Game 6 for both teams. So, I mean, it's right in the middle of the season. Right smack dab in the middle of the season. At the beginning of a tough stretch for Alabama. Georgia at Tennessee and home against Texas A&M. Toughest stretch of the season for Alabama. But I'm trying to find out, where they'll be favored by at least a touchdown. They have the cocktail party, of course, in Jacksonville. And then they'll be favored by at least a touchdown in their 7 home games. Where are they going to lose 3 games? Let's see it coming. At the bottom of hour number 2, Beau Estes, the Goatmentator from NBA.com. That's right, the Goatmentator will join us to preview the NBA playoffs. Beau earned that nickname, Goatmentator, by doing the coolest top 10 highlight reel each night for the NBA. Does the NBA top 10 at the end of each night during a regular season, and I would assume during the playoffs as well. And he's outstanding at it. He does the best top 10s. He does it right off they're hilarious. He rhymes during them. He does rhymes, and it's totally off the cuff. What do they call that in music? Like free balling or something like that? What do they call that? Freestyle, not free ball. Freestyle. Free ball is something else, I guess. Freestyling. He freestyles. He's a white dude. And freestyles like he's, Busta Rhymes or something. Right off the cuff. So Beau's coming up hour number 2. A football topic that I want to hit. And it has to do with college football rivalries that we have lost or are losing that we need to get back. Or that we need to figure out a way to preserve. We lost the Nebraska and Oklahoma played the other year, and it was like, hey, it's Nebraska and Oklahoma. If you're old enough to remember the Big 8, Nebraska and Oklahoma, man, I mean, that was a great rivalry. They should play every year. We lost Bedlam with Oklahoma moving to the SEC. For some reason, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State can't play anymore. Florida and Florida State play. Georgia Tech play. Why can't Oklahoma and Oklahoma State play Bedlam? Apparently we lost that. Are they playing the Civil War every year? Oregon State? I know they played last year. I think are they going to hang on to that? I think they're going to hang on to that. But, in the SEC in particular, there are 2 in particular that we are going to lose because they're not going to be played every year. It's not like they won't play every 3rd year or something like that, but we're not going to have them every year. Alabama, LSU. I mean, Alabama, LSU has been a thing now for a while, for the better part of 20 years, 25 years. I know it didn't used to be a thing. Alabama had dominated. They'd won like 25 out of 28. But ever since Saban went to LSU and restored that program, and then it, kept going under Les Miles and Ed Orgeron and Brian Kelly, he beat Alabama at one point. And now you get Lane Kiffin there. Alabama, LSU, to me, should be played all the time. And I get it that you can't with the new 9-game schedule and you want to play. I understand that. No more divisions. And Florida and Tennessee. Florida, Tennessee, man. Isn't that a thing? Now, I know what Urban Meyer said. Urban Meyer said, is it a rivalry if the other team never beats you? I mean, that was like one of the ultimate shades between Urban Meyer and Steve Spurrier, you can't spell citrus without UT. I mean, Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer were great at tweaking Tennessee. And the general consensus was, as Urban Meyer said, is it a rivalry if the other team never wins? So, I get that. I understand that. But having said that, those are great games that are not going to be played every year. And I'm just going to go off the rails here for a second, right? The SEC is going to play 9 regular season games in the SEC, 9 conference games. And then they're going to play 3 non-conference games, and one of them has to be a Power 4 conference team. Would it be the end of the world if Alabama and LSU played a non-conference game? Would it be the end of the world if Florida and Tennessee played a non-conference game, didn't count in the conference stadium standings, but they still played each other? Certainly it would count for the college football playoff. They don't say, well, why would they play a game like that? Well, Alabama's playing Ohio State. It's not like they suck. These teams play good games. Now, I get that Florida plays Florida State every year and playing Florida State and Tennessee, but there have been other years where Florida State only played one cupcake game. Where Florida only played one cupcake game. Now, in the case of Florida, they would rather, if they were going to play one P4 game non-conference, it would probably be Florida State as opposed to Tennessee. In the years that Tennessee isn't on their schedule as a conference game. But in the case of Alabama and LSU, if Alabama and LSU aren't on the schedule against each other that particular year, who does Alabama need to play? Now, Florida State's a different thing because it's an in-state rivalry. Who does Alabama need to play in a non-conference game? Do they need to play Michigan? Do they need to play Ohio State? Do they need to play Notre Dame? If it was a year when Alabama and LSU were not playing a regular season game, how cool would it be if Alabama and LSU played a non-conference game? Just didn't count in the conference standings, but it was still a great regional game. It's how this sport was built on regional play. I just throw it out there. It may sound totally ridiculous. All right, back on Mission Control. Playing the platters and matter, stacks of wax, answering the phones, living large and in charge on a Friday. I know there's 2 of them, but we only get to hear really one of them. It's the Prodigy. It's the Grasshopper.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I'd put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son!
I don't like violence, Thom. I'm a businessman.
I'm telling you, there's an embarrassing press conference in that kid's future.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Do you hear the grasshopper, which is at your feet?
Old man, how is it that you hear these things?
Young man, how is it that you do not?
As quickly as you can, snatch the pebble from my hand. When you can take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain whatsoever. Have a busy day ahead, but then it's
yes,
the weekend,
you do.
And we get a little bit of rain, so now my crops can finally grow.
Yeah, we got a little rain last night. Woke up this morning walking the dog. It was all wet and everything out there, and that was,
Recipe for humidity. Yes,
yeah,
indeed. 2 days ago, I think it rained in the middle of the night, and then I remember John was complaining a lot about it, but I am able to endure. So I looked forward to the good, and I was just happy that it was sunny out.
I hope we get just a little bit more rain so that it softens up the course a little bit out there at Cherokee Ridge for the big golf tournament on Monday.
Oh yeah.
And so John has a lot of things to do this afternoon with that. John is in charge of rounding up all the stuff. He's got to go get the soft drinks. He's got to pick up the water from TOC. Thank you, Tom Perkins and the Orthopedic Center for hooking us up with the water. And there'll be something that goes in the swag bag from TOC. He has got to go to Owen Home Appliance and pick up the espresso machine that will go that somebody will win in the raffle. A beautiful countertop espresso machine that they'll win. He's got to swing by Turner Beverage. Thank you, Todd Taylor at Turner Beverage for we'll have a beautiful Michelob Light golf bag or something. Now, he said a golf bag, John. It might not be a golf bag. He said, just in case I don't have another bag, it might be something else. But, just be aware of that.
I'm honestly very intrigued to see what that something else could be.
I don't know what else it could be.
We've always got it in the bag,
It's always been a golf bag. It probably is.
Yeah. But,
golf bag. It might be Bud Light, might be Michelob, it might be Anheuser. Todd does a great job over there. At Turner Beverage. Then he's got to run up to see Ross Roberts, my buddy Ross Roberts, who will be playing in the tournament. Going to go see him at Valley Equipment on the North Parkway and pick up golf balls. Everybody that's in the tournament is getting a sleeve of balls with the Valley Equipment logo on it, which is really cool. They're going to get a lanyard with the radio station's logo on there. They're going to get a really nice Stanley mug that's engraved kind of in the thing with the eagle insulation WZZN charity golf tournament logo on that. They're going to get golf tees that have the radio station logo on there. So there's all kind. They're getting a gift card from Field Day. So that's cool. That'll be in there. Gift card from Field Day. There's something in there. I think a towel in there from Sports Med. As well. I mean, I hope I'm not missing anybody, but we got a lot of stuff that's going in there, and crackers, which I got the crackers last night, John. You don't have to get the crackers.
I appreciate you getting the crackers because that was a big part of the list.
$36 worth of crackers I got last night. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay, great.
$36 worth of crackers.
I can only imagine how much the sodas are going to cost whenever I go and grab them.
It won't be bad.
Should be fine. It should be fine. I was thinking to myself though,
10 cases.
Yeah, but which ones? Because do people think there's actual difference between Pepsi and Coke? Because I don't drink either of them.
Huge. Coke. First of all, Coke and Diet Coke. All right. So Coke and Diet Coke. Yeah, there's a huge difference.
Got that on the
We're
list.
We're going Coke and Diet Coke and Diet Mountain Dew, which is a Pepsi product. So got to get some Diet Mountain Dew and some Diet Coke and some regular Coke and maybe that's it. Maybe some regular Dew, Diet Dew, regular Coke, Diet Coke, and we're good.
You think some Faygo? Throw that in there. Maybe some Sierra Mist. Because I know people like that Sprite type drink.
But that's what the Mountain Dew is the same as that. The Sierra Mist and Sprite and
Sprite and Mountain Dew are definitely not the same.
Not Sprite, but a little bit lemon lime.
No, not Sprite. Even not at all. If
Sun
Sprite
Drop
was related to Mountain Dew would be the abusive uncle. That's just disrespectful.
Mountain Dew's the best, man. Diet Mountain Dew's the best. I don't even like regular Mountain. I like Diet Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew is the best. You know what?
Be easy with
you know where Mountain Dew came from?
The mountains of the Appalachian.
East Tennessee. It was developed as a mixer for whiskey, for moonshine. It was developed as a mixer for moonshine in East Tennessee, up there in that hillbilly area of Tennessee. And Mountain Dew is slang for moonshine. That was the slang term. The slang term for moonshine,
pretty cool.
Rocky Top type stuff.
Yeah.
Where the corn grows on, the ground's too rocky.
I thought it was moonshine just without the alcohol, honestly. The way that it just abuses my mouth.
Yeah. Well, no, it's fantastic. I knocked down, I probably have 2 Diet Mountain Dew a day because it's got the caffeine. Give me a little kick.
Voltage is the only Mountain Dew that I will get near.
Voltage?
Yeah, Voltage. It's the blue kind. They don't got that in Diet, so you might want to stay away from it. But it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun tournament. It's going to be a fun weekend. Hopefully get to play a little bit of golf with you guys, Get a little warmed up.
Could happen.
Show you guys
I've got something going on this afternoon. This afternoon, I'm having laser ablation on my left leg. Laser ablation. which is I have like I've developed over the years. I've developed in my left calf these varicose veins. You've seen them.
Oh yeah.
You guys all think they're ugly.
Look, I remember walking down the road with you, and I was like, man's got ramen noodle legs.
They got ramen noodle legs, and they weren't bothering me, but they've been the last 6 months or so. They've been painful. I mean, they've been really keep me up at night. Painful. I feel like I'm constantly got like a itching my legs or something like that, and there's nothing there. You know, and I'm constantly scratching and itching, and there's nothing there. And it's the pain of these veins. And they can't do it. I wish they could do them both in one day. They said they can't do them both in one day. So I'm having my left leg done today, this afternoon, 1 o'clock, John.
Well, that's good.
1 o'clock.
Well, that's good. I mean, you know, I'll be
It's supposed to be a pretty simple procedure. It's supposed to be, I mean, they do it with a local anesthesia. They don't have to knock you out or anything. And they told me I'll walk out of there and I'll be fine. So that's what they said. I didn't have to adjust my meds today or anything else. So laser ablation on the left leg today. And I don't know if it like immediately clears up the situation or what, but it's supposed to help with the blood flow too, I think. I think it's going to help with the blood flow. So
okay, well that'll be a lot of fun then. I hope you enjoy that.
Oh yeah.
And afterwards, I mean, I hope you can
total
sprint
enjoyment.
a
I was
mile.
thinking of going fishing, but I decided instead to get laser ablation of my left leg. A blast. Goodness gracious. All right. It'll be a busy day for John running around this afternoon. It's going to be a busy day for Georgia Bulldog fans as well, as they got their G-Day coming up tomorrow to wrap up 15 practices. Anthony Dasher of UGA Sports is coming up next. We're going to talk about that right after this on the Thom Abraham Show.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and we're making room for new shipments during our spring clean out at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. With your good credit, save thousands with 3.9% financing for up to 84 months on new 25 F-150s with STX 4x4s starting at under $44,000. New 25 Explorers start at under $36,000 or choose 2.9% for up to 84 months. Get 5.9% financing for up to 84 months on new 25 Broncos or choose $2,750 customer cash plus 2-year 24,000-mile complimentary maintenance. And while they last, new 25 Bronco Sports come with your choice of $2,500 customer cash or 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. Don't miss your chance to save big with spring clean-out pricing on all new 25s. We hope to see you real soon at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
For over 50 years, our mission, do the right thing and make long-term decisions. We value our customers, and we invest in supporting them.
TLG is consistently adding services to our own technologies to automate and provide the best support possible to you.
We have the strongest guarantees in the industry. You can't just tell people you're going to provide good support. You have to prove it with your actions.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Baumhauer's Restaurant. Legendary food and legendary fun. Whether you're craving the freshest seafood from Alabama's Gulf Coast, juicy chicken or char-grilled steaks seared to suck into perfection, you're craving Baumhauer's Restaurant. Add to that a sports-themed atmosphere and HD flat screens every place you look. for a sneak peek at the menu, go to baumhauers.com. Legendary food, legendary fun. Baumhauers Restaurant.
Bill Crawford here for the Regenesis Stem Cell Center, the place to go for golfers' elbow pain. Traditional treatments require significant time away from the golf course and often don't work. Dr. Charles Lee can treat golfers' elbow using platelet-rich plasma extracted from the patient's blood and get you back on the golf course after a 2-hour visit. Golfers' elbow can be permanently eliminated for a fixed price of $585. Golf season is here. Enjoy pain-free golf with just one visit to Regenesis.
Welcome to Kern Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Kern Electrical, your Generac superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Your Fox 54 weather.
Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. It is going to be quite warm. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s, dropping into the mid 60s as we head into the overnight early Saturday morning. A mostly cloudy sky Saturday afternoon. We're going to begin to see some showers and thunderstorms move into the Tennessee Valley late Saturday afternoon and then through Saturday evening. Still climbing into the lower 80s, mid 60s for your Sunday.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by the Golfist, Huntsville's newest, coolest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue where you bring your own gear. Use the Golfist to play over 2,000 courses from around the world, including that one in Georgia that kicks off the majors. Plus, the Golfist is a great place to dial in your game or have an office event or private party. Their third location in the Valley is coming to Hughes Road in Madison soon. Visit thegolfist.com for more info. That's GOLFFICE, thegolfist.com. And welcome back, Tom Abraham Show. So Georgia is rolling out with their G-Day game coming up tomorrow to wrap up spring practice for them. And who better to talk to than Anthony Dasher, our friend from UGAsports.com, joins us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Also joining us on WZZN TV via video for the first time as well. Anthony, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Tom, I'm doing great.
I appreciate you joining us here. Talk a little bit about this deal and just first of all, the overall feeling, it seems to be, not only is the SEC, well, the SEC's dead. I mean, it obviously sucks now. We can't play football anymore. We're probably right there. Maybe we should be the group of 7, right? We should be the group of 7 now. The SEC should be with the other group of 6 teams. But there's this feeling that Georgia has slipped a little bit as well because they haven't won a national championship in a couple of years, so they must, be slipping as well. Talk about that a little bit because, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It doesn't seem like it to me. It seems like they're still obviously very competitive.
Yeah, well, Kirby obviously set the bar so high for this program, winning the back-to-back and the national championships. And the fact that they've now lost in the first round, 2 consecutive years of the Sugar Bowl. That's got a lot of Georgia fans, out there a little bit nervous about the direction of the program, what's going on and that kind of deal. But I think if you look at the overall, picture with Georgia, overall the talent, may not be quite what it was with those 2 championship years, but as you alluded to, this is still a very, very, good football team.
Let's talk about some of the things that we're looking at. If you're talking to the Georgia fans, what is it that they should be keeping an eye on, including Gunnar Stockton, who, took over last year, took over actually at the end in the playoff the year before, but really full-time starter last year, and now looking to make that next step, being a true stud quarterback for Georgia.
And that's what he needs to do is take that next step. And Gunnar is probably the one player I think that, most, Georgia people, or I guess, or when I say people, fans, are most nervous about. Georgia did not do that good of a job last year of pushing the ball down the field, creating explosive plays. And that's something that's been a huge focus for Coach Smart, this spring, trying to become more explosive, get the ball in the hands of your best playmakers, let them make plays, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, however that transpires is probably going to have a lot to do with Georgia's ultimate success this year, because if teams feel they can start crowding the line of scrimmage and don't think Gunnar Stockton can beat him, and if Gunnar doesn't show that he can beat him, then that's going to make it a lot tougher on what Georgia wants to get accomplished.
And they really don't have any options at this particular point in time, right? I mean, it's Gunnar. It's not like there's a real big quarterback battle going on, or something that's really even close to him.
No, there's not. That's the thing. I mean, Ryan Puglisi is in his third year of the program. Ryan Montgomery is a redshirt freshman, has shown a lot of promise. But yeah, I mean, there's no question that Gunnar Stockton is the quarterback at Georgia. The gap between him and Puglisi is probably about as wide as you can get. So it's Gunnar robust for UGA.
They lost some pretty good receivers, Zachariah Branch and Colby Young and Noah Thomas. All those guys are gone. And so now somebody has to step up. A lot of people are pointing towards Taylor. I guess that's a guy that could emerge as the number one guy, right?
That's one of them. They also brought in Isaiah Cannon from Georgia Tech. C.J. Wiley's another, sophomore rather, who had some moments last year. They do have London Humphreys back. Sokovia White's another player, and they've got as a true freshman actually been showing out in spring practice so far. Craig Dandridge has been very, very impressive. But as you can tell by the names I'm dropping at you, all these guys are very, very young, have not not really done it on the big stage yet. So whenever they see action in that first game, it's going to be one of the first times they've ever had that kind of opportunity as the receivers, main receivers on the football team.
What will be the format tomorrow? How will they go? Are they going offense against defense, or are they going to have split teams? How are they doing it?
Well, typically Kirby will go, ones versus ones, twos versus twos. You may see a couple of instances where it's, two versus ones, that sort of thing. But, the goal for G-Day, which stands for Glorified Scrimmage at Georgia, is going to just be to give as many guys opportunities as possible to get their feet wet, see what it's like playing. For those who haven't, see what it's like playing in front of a crowd, and just hopefully, for their sake, not get anybody hurt.
Now, Alabama did theirs and left 3 days or so on the backside of their A-Day game to finish up with some practice and things like that. Is this practice 15 for Georgia, or will they be able to get together, at least once or twice afterwards?
Yeah, this is going to be it for Georgia. They won't have any, to my knowledge anyway, if my math is right. This will be their final, practice for the spring. Now, they'll obviously have a lot of meetings, to follow up and that sort of thing, but this will be the last time they get they're on the field until fall practice starts.
You talk about the youth of this team. They do have, a lot of years Georgia's playing one of those real tough opening day games, in a neutral site type of thing. Not so much this year. They open up with Tennessee State and Western Kentucky, so they're going to have a chance, right, to identify, what kind of see what kind of team they are and build a little confidence early on.
No doubt, and they do have some young players. We already talked about the wide receivers, which will, going to need to get their feet wet and have some success. But you can look at pretty much every position on this football team. You're going to see some redshirt freshmen sprinkled in that lineup, offensive line included. I mean, last year, Georgia had Dontrell, Glover, and step in at right guard and really started most of the year. This year, there's another young man called Zyke Helton who may step in as a true freshman and see some time along that offensive line. On the defensive side, linebacker, you've got some, young guys there. And in the secondary, you've got a bunch of newcomers. I mean, although a lot of these guys they brought in, have some good experience. Khalil Barnes, comes over from Clemson as a 3-year starter. They feel good about what he's going to bring to the situation at star. But otherwise, again, a lot of young players, guys who were highly recruited, but guys again who will really be seeing some of their first action.
Yeah, you mentioned highly recruited too. I mean, Kirby Smart's he's not exactly Dabo Swinney, but he really does prefer to grow his own, doesn't he? I mean, you don't see a lot of big-time transfers, them in that market as much.
You don't. And Kirby, the thing about Kirby, he's taking some criticism for. He will not really go out and pay top dollar for the top guys. He prefers to spend the money on the guys he has on the team now. That's why you did not see any what I would call, key players, transfer from Georgia. Last year there was one defensive back I think who went to Ohio State. They wished he would have stayed, but otherwise, it was a lot of guys, 13, 14 guys who weren't ever going to get the opportunity here. But he paid up to get guys like Nate Frazier to stay, Chauncey Bowens to stay, and a couple of these offensive linemen, were getting, picked out a little bit by some teams from other conferences and that sort of deal. But yeah, he prefers to pay the money for the guys who are on the team now and who are proven they can, get things done.
This game will be on TV. A lot of them are not, but the GDA game will be on TV, 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. It'll be on ESPN Plus, and you wonder whether or not, is that a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you're showing your opponents. On the other hand, you're showing off your program to young guys and to transfers, so that part of it is a good thing. But, everybody will have this fan. But now they also, don't they charge? Do they charge $10 to go to the GDA game?
$10 a pop, so they're making some money off this thing too, and they'll be having concessions like they would during a regular game. So Georgia would be making some cash off of this too.
I know in the NFL, if you charge for camp, like some teams had started charging people to go to their training camp. If you do that, opponents can go there. I mean, anybody is allowed to go there if they can charge. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's that way in college football. If they're charging $10, is there anything that keeps scouts, if you will, from other SEC schools to pay the $10 bill and go in there and see the GDA game?
I mean, that's a good question. I wouldn't think there would be anything that could keep her from going in. Now, I'm sure wouldn't show up and, like, for example, you wouldn't see anybody coming in with an Alabama jacket on. I wouldn't imagine. So you have to come in incognito or some camouflage or something of that nature. But yeah, you're right. There really nothing to keep anybody from coming who wants to come in, because they don't check IDs. I know they just look at that $10 and let you in the door.
Anthony Dasher with us from UGAsports.com. I saw Vegas put them at 9.5 in terms of the win total in the regular season. I look at this schedule, 4 true road games at Alabama, at Ole Miss, at South Carolina, at Arkansas. I think they're favored in at least 3 of those, maybe a small underdog to Alabama, depending on what's going on at that point. It's right in the middle of the season. 7 home games. Toughest maybe Oklahoma, maybe Auburn because it's Auburn. And then of course the cocktail party, the finale against Georgia Tech, which will be at home there, right there in Atlanta. I can't find 2 losses on this schedule. I don't know where this 9.5 comes from just by looking at this schedule.
Good question. I mean, and the Alabama game, I think, is going to be tough just from the fact that Georgia does not seem to do very well there. It's been a long time since the Dogs have won in Tuscaloosa. Yeah. So that was probably is one. But the Ole Miss game, too, now with Chandler's coming back, I mean, that's going to be a tough game, there as well, I think, if Georgia's not ready to get it done. But, the Florida game this year is in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz with a stadium in Jacksonville having its refurbishing, for the next 2 years. But I mean, most prognosticators actually have Georgia, 10, 11 wins, something along those lines.
So it's in Atlanta this year. Yeah, 10-11 is not 9.5. That's why I say.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't find 9-3. I mean, 9-3 would be the sky is falling if it's 9.
Yeah, that would be if Georgia goes 9-3, the fan base would have a conniption. I just put it that way.
Yeah, there would be a big problem with that. Where is next year's Florida game going to be? Is that going to
be Tampa at where the Bucks play?
Okay, all right. So that'll be down in Tampa where they'll play that one as well. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. It's going to be really interesting. What are you looking at off-season story-wise in the short off-season now once this is done in terms of before this team comes back? Obviously, keep everybody out of trouble.
Not to say, keep everybody out of jail.
Keep them all, keep away from Georgia Highway Patrol. That part of it. But, what are the things the storylines that you guys will be working on going into the summer camp?
Yeah, just how the depth chart continues to, develop. And again, I was joking about staying out of trouble, but that is a very big deal for this program to make sure they keep guys out of trouble and keep the team's name out of the headlines for some of this stuff that's been going on. But otherwise, just stay healthy and just try to focus on getting better for what they're able to do during the summer months.
Yeah. Anthony Dasher has been our guest. UGAsports.com is where you'll find him. Anthony, I appreciate you as always. Whenever I want to talk Georgia, we always reach out to you, and appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That is Anthony Dasher. G-Day tomorrow. I don't know. I can't find 9-3. I can't find 9-3. I just can't. You can watch their game, though. You can believe that it'll be being recorded and scrutinized. Some GAs all over the SEC will be breaking that film down all summer long. I mean, they'll have it tweaked as much as possible. But again, in these spring games, there's no game planning. All right, there's no it's very much scripted. What you will look to is individual performance. Again, I'm looking at a left tackle and a defensive end. Who can get off the block? Who can stick on the block if you're the offensive guy? I'm looking at a wide receiver and a DB. All right? If the wide receiver's running wide open all day long, do you sit there and say, ooh, look, my wide receiver's running wide open when it's against your DB? So you want to see, does the DB stick or does the wide receiver, is he always open? Individual performance, skill sets, fundamentals, catching the ball, high pointing the ball, things like that. Quarterback spinning the ball. Quarterback's the only guy, I've said this all week long, quarterback's the only guy not wearing a pillow on his head. So he's the guy that's untouchable. I'm not thinking about where he can scramble and all this other kind. Can he make quick decisions? Does he get the ball out? Does he put the ball in the right place? They're breaking in all new receivers. Gunnar Stockton wasn't great last year. He was okay, but, I mean, he wasn't great last year. I mean, some fans, they're sitting there watching Carson Beck quarterback Miami into the national championship game, and Georgia fans are throwing up in their mouth a little bit. But Gunnar Stockton now has all new set of receivers. So there's that part of the equation for Georgia. But with Georgia football, it always starts with defense. It always starts with defense. So will they be dominant as they have been in years past? Is this going to be another great defensive front for the Dogs? We know that they've so many years had great front sevens. So that's the kind of stuff that you're looking at when you look at the Georgia spring game this year. All right, we're going to get a break in here. When we come back, phone lines go open. So I rolled out a little hoop and puck factor. Hoop and puck factor. Just give me the winner. Who's going to win the NBA championship? Who's going to win the NHL Stanley Cup? If you want a piece of some great prizes, I'll hook you up with golf and food and a Trash Pandas game. If you could tell me who's going to win the NBA and the NHL. It's that simple. Nothing fancy. Who's going to win? Who we're going to be talking about 2 months from now. Who will win the NBA Finals and who will win the Stanley Cup Finals. All right, we'll come back. Phone lines go open next right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
After winning 2 of 3 over the Miami Marlins, the Braves hit the road to meet the Philadelphia Phillies today. Game 1 of a weekend series at Citizens Bank Park. Martin Perez on the hill for the Braves, minus 108. Tawan Walker pitching for Philadelphia, minus 112. The total, 9.5 of that number is juice to the under. 7th-ranked Florida beat number 6 Auburn 6-3 in Game 1 of their weekend series in Gainesville. The Gators today, $1.54 favorite over the Tigers, plus 120. And Alabama opens up an SEC series today at Texas. Crimson Tide 2-1 road dogs. Texas minus 270. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Your Rocket City Trash Pandas are back for 6 games, April 14th through the 19th. Promotions include an adult replica jersey giveaway on the 14th, post-game fireworks to close out the night on the 17th and 18th, plus kids run the bases after the game on the 19th. Get your tickets and learn more about our weekly promos by visiting tptix.com. That's tptix.com.
Let's rock it. The ultimate golf experience is waiting for you at the Golfus. For a limited time, you can get an unlimited membership for only $99 a month. Hit balls on the range, play any of our 2,000 golf courses, have a graduation party, or host a corporate event. For all the details, go to thegolfus.com. We have 2 locations in Huntsville and a location soon coming to Hughes Road in Madison. That's thegolfus.com.
AL cert number 21014. Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are our grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
Your Fox 54 weather.
Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman, a mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. It is going to be quite warm. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s, dropping into the mid 60s as we head into the overnight early Saturday morning. A mostly cloudy sky Saturday afternoon. We're going to begin to see some showers and thunderstorms move into the Tennessee Valley late Saturday afternoon and then through Saturday evening. Still climbing into the lower 80s, mid 60s for your Sunday.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Thom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water, LLC. Look, those spring and summer rains are going to hit at some point, and when they do, you need Ryan at All About Water to help you deal with keeping it away from your foundation or doing damage on your property. Now, his background is in fluid dynamics, and that assures you that they can handle any job, including building and maintaining a pond or any other sort of water feature. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com. And welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Open line segment here and open line segment at the top of the hour. Beau Estes will join us later on in the next hour of the show. If you want in on the Hoop and Puck Fecta today, I mean, this is why I know if I was talking about, if there was action on a spring game for college football, you guys would be banging the phones like crazy. But, NBA, the Thunder are the 1 seed out west, defending champs. Pistons are the 1 seed in the East. Nobody really seems to believe in the Pistons. Celtics are the 2 seed. Knicks are the 3 seed. Knicks got a tough series coming up against the Hawks. They'll get that one going tomorrow. And Celtics and 76ers. Sports eye candy there. Cavaliers, a lot of people like them. Pistons will play the winner of the Magic Hornets game. That easy. Out west, the Thunder play the winner of the Suns-Warriors game. Lakers and Rockets. That's kind of fun. Nuggets and Timberwolves. A lot of people think the Timberwolves are a live underdog. Spurs are back. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs are a 2 seed. Are they legit or what? So you got some newcomers in the Spurs and the Pistons, and you got the Thunder going for a repeat. You got the Celtics, which are a different team, now that they're healthy all the way across the board. So if you want to jump on board with that, you can do that. The Colorado Avalanche are the President's Trophy winner in the NHL. They got the Kings right off the bat. Who will push them? Carolina had the best record in the Eastern Conference. The Hurricanes. That Pittsburgh-Philadelphia series is going to be salty. Boston and Buffalo going to be salty. Montreal and Tampa Bay going to be good. I'm also watching Edmonton and Anaheim because I like Edmonton. Watch out for Vegas if you're looking for a wild card. The odds-on favorite is the Colorado Avalanche. All right, so if you want a piece of that, the 2 favorites are the Thunder and the Avalanche for the hoop and the puck playoffs, which gets going this weekend. How about the Bristol numbers that came out from the Food City 400? Are you kidding me? 1.94 million on the TV side. 1.94 million. In 2013, 7.5 million people tuned in for Dale Jr.'s win. 7.5 million. I mean, it's just stunning. In 12 years, 13 years, 13 short years, you're talking about going from 7.5 million to less than 2 million? Not to mention, of course, the grandstand's almost empty. And look, in 2013, you're talking about 12 years after Dale Sr.'s death. So I'm not buying that argument either, John. I'm not buying, well, it died when Dale Earnhardt hit the wall in 2001 at Daytona. No, it did not. It was still 7.5 million at Bristol in 2013. Something's drastically, it doesn't matter. They've thrown dirt down there. They've done different things with the car. Did we just lose our taste for NASCAR? What happened? It's not the good old boys anymore. There's some good old boys in there. What happened? It's a stunning drop. 7.5 million in 2013 to 1.94 million this past weekend. It's crazy. All right, we're going to start hour number 2 off with open lines. Do you want to get in? You can get in. I'll reset my take on scheduling non-conference games as conference games. Some other games that we would want to see restored in terms of college football rivalries. You want to react to that? You can do that. Got a little baseball news I want to get in here as well. It's the Thom Abraham Show. Back with hour 2 next.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Check out our latest zone deal.
Field Day. With spring break coming up, there's no better way to save some money and stay in town at Huntsville's go-to spot for fun, flavor, and unforgettable memories. Whether you're here to watch the big game or create your own memories, it's Field Day, our latest zone deal.
Just head over to our website, 977ESPN.com. Zone deals on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com. The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. SEC Thursday Night Baseball, 20th ranked Florida would score 4 runs in the first 3 innings and hold on as they knock off 13th ranked Auburn in game 1 of that 3-game series, 6-3. 11th ranked Alabama and 4th ranked Texas begins their best of 3 series tonight, 6:30 p.m. College football news. The Football Oversight Committee recommends officially starting the college football season on Thursday of what is now week 0, starting in 2027. It'll create a 14-week roadmap to play 12 games with the last week of the regular season, the week of Thanksgiving. Auburn takes to the field tomorrow for their first A-Day game under new head coach Alex Golish. Kickoff set for 2 p.m. There is a huge major sports announcement set for later today. 97.7 ESPN The Zone will have the press conference live for you beginning at 1 p.m. from Toyota Field. Make sure you have the 97.7 ESPN, the app, downloaded.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog, Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here. Oh yeah, baby, it's Football Friday in the Doghouse. Football music all throughout the football show on the Football Friday. Oh, that's a classic right here, man. Single best piece of sports music ever recorded in the history of mankind. That's good stuff, man. That is absolutely good stuff. We do welcome in a new audience listening to the show in Nashville, on Nashville Sports Radio, and in Murfreesboro on Nashville Sports Radio, too, at 107.9 there. And then, of course, we've got our friends at 97.7 ESPN The Zone, our home station in Huntsville, and at ESPN Winchester, WCDT, all tuning in. And you all got a chance, and I just threw it out there. I thought, you know what? You used to do the hoops and pucks. Fecta. Did it usually, generally in Florida when there was a lot of people from different parts of the country. Apparently you people don't care about it. I'm sitting there, I'm giving you a chance to win food and baseball tickets, maybe a little golf. All I'm asking you for is if you want to give me the winner of the NBA and the NHL playoffs, just give me the winner. NHL and NBA. Going to jump on board with that, just give it to me. Call it in, text it in, however you want to do it. Phone lines are open, 256-576-4977. It's good wherever, however you use the show. All right. You can also text 732-9TA-SHOW, 732-982-7469. You can tune it in as well on WZZN TV. Find that at my X feed, at Thom Abraham Show. That works for you there. Coming up at the bottom of this hour, Beau Estes will join us. He's the Goatmentator is his nickname, from NBA.com. Does the top 10 every night for the NBA. Does the coolest top 10 highlight reel in any sport, probably. Night in and night out. They're hilarious. He what'd you call it, John? Free wheels it? Free ball? Free wheel? Free base? Free what? Freestyle? He free wheel, free balls it, freestyles it.
Freestyle? What are you talking about? Freestyling?
I'm talking about Beau when he does his. He has no script or anything. Freestyling, not free basing. That would be bad. Free basing would be not good. Ask Richard Pryor about that. But Beau will join us to give us a little bit of a heads up on the NBA playoffs. That's coming up at the bottom of the hour. In case you missed it, I was talking about some of the great college football rivalries that we are losing. All right? We're losing a number of great college football rivalries. This has been going on for a while. I mean, ever since it all started, back when when Nebraska left the Big 12, we lost that Nebraska-Oklahoma game, which they came back and played. Remember when Texas A&M left the Big 12, we lost the Texas A&M game, and thankfully that's been restored now as an SEC game, and it will be played each and every year. But there are other games that we have lost, big games that we have lost, especially when we found out that Notre Dame and Southern Cal weren't going to play anymore. Notre Dame should be playing Southern Cal, and they should be playing Michigan. Notre Dame Southern Cal is a game that has been played for a long, long time. And now Notre Dame, this season, instead of playing Southern Cal, Notre Dame will play SMU, and USC will play Rutgers. But we don't get Notre Dame USC. Of course, Southern Cal Rutgers, what screams Big Ten rivalry more than Southern Cal and Rutgers? One's on the Pacific Ocean, the other's on the Atlantic Ocean. But when you think Big Ten rivalries, USC and Rutgers right at the top of the list. But we don't get Notre Dame and USC. We don't get Michigan and Notre Dame. Notre Dame's starting to play a soft schedule. They really are. They used to play USC. They used to play Michigan. They used to play Penn State. They used to play Miami. They were, they played a real schedule. Not so much anymore. But we're losing a couple in the SEC that will not be played every year. Alabama and LSU, they'll play this year, but they won't be played that game won't be played every year. Florida, Tennessee, Steve Spurrier, who famously gave us you can't spell citrus without UT, Urban Meyer, who said, is it really a rivalry if the other team never wins the game? I mean, Florida-Tennessee is a great game. And we're not going to get it anymore. Not on a regular basis. You'll get it, in certain years, but we're not going to get it all the time. And I just throw this out there. Would it be so bad for Florida, Tennessee, or for Alabama and LSU to play a non-conference game on those years? They know what years they're not scheduled to play each other. I mean, it's not like they're not playing other tough non-conference teams. And as much as everybody wants to see Alabama and Ohio State, let's say, I mean, we just got off of Alabama, Wisconsin. Alabama's playing Florida State. But in a year when Alabama wasn't playing LSU, why not Alabama, LSU? It doesn't count in the SEC standings. It's a non-conference game. Certainly would count for college football playoff consideration. Why not Florida and Tennessee? Now, I know Florida's got Florida State every year. I get that. Tennessee doesn't have a game like that. Florida has Florida State every year. And if they're going to have 3 non-conference games, they probably don't want to play Tennessee and, Florida State in the same year. So that one's a little more problematic. But maybe they would. Maybe they would. I mean, nobody knew how Wisconsin would be. Last year, Alabama had, Wisconsin and Florida State on the schedule. You don't know when you're making these schedules out years in advance. Maybe Wisconsin would have been a thing. I certainly thought by now that Wisconsin would be a thing under Luke Fickell. I thought they were going to go there and compete for Big Ten championships. They were competing for Big Ten championships under Barry Alvarez. Not now. I thought by now that they would be a thing. I think he's got one more year to get it going. But to me, that would make some sense. And I'm not sure what this news that beginning in 2027, college football might have an earlier official start to the season. The NCAA Football Oversight Committee yesterday recommending a standard start before Labor Day weekend. So that week 0 thing that only a few teams start at, that the season would start there. But there would be 2 byes. Do we need 2 byes in a 12-game season? I mean, the NFL's still playing 17 games in 18 weeks. 17 games in 18 weeks. 5 more games. We need 2 byes? I thought, hey, they're going to get everybody to start week 0. Everybody's going to start now the week before Labor Day so that the regular season could end the week before Thanksgiving, and so that the conference championship games would be conference championship weekend would be the weekend after Thanksgiving. We get this playoff going and not play college football till the end of January. But no. They want to start a week earlier and still end the Saturday after Thanksgiving in the regular season. 2 byes and 14 weeks to play 12 games. Why? Why? 1 bye. I mean, if you have 1 bye, you're playing an average of 6 games, a bye, 6 more games. You could do that. You don't have to play 4 games, take a week off, 4 more games, take a week off, 4 more games, take a week off. You don't have to do that. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. Clark Lee, Vanderbilt's coach, is a member of the Football Oversight Committee, and he told ESPN that the football season calendar has been a health and safety issue that needs to be addressed. To go through a season without 2 bye weeks is challenging to a roster, he said. And at a time when we've imposed roster limits, the roster limit's 85. No, it's 100. The scholarship limit used to be 85. 100 guys. NFL team is 53. They play 17 games in 18 weeks. They play 17 games with 1 bye. And they got 53 dudes and a practice squad. You got 100 guys. To get through 12 games without 2 byes, you got to have 2 byes to get through 12 games? It's challenging? In our league where we're playing 9 league games now, on the off years when we weren't able to get that second bye, we believe there's a negative impact mentally, physically, emotionally to the players, coaches, and everyone involved. So from our vantage point, it was something that we supported and feel strongly about. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. This year there'll be 8 games scheduled for week 0, which is the August 29th week. And that includes North Carolina and TCU playing in Dublin. NC State and Virginia will play in Rio de Janeiro. How about you stop doing that? Maybe you don't need 2 byes if you don't go around the world to play a game. How about playing a game in Chapel Hill? How about playing a game, in Raleigh? You got to go to Rio de Janeiro. You got to go to Ireland. Oh, of course you need 2 byes. Take you a week to get home. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't like it. Totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. All right, let's go to the lines. Joe Blue is up. Joe Blue, welcome to the show. How are you?
Tom, I'm doing well. How's everyone doing?
Good. I need 1 bye. Well, wait a minute. I have a lot of byes on my show. I do take a lot of byes.
Yeah,
I need a bye. I need 1 bye per week to get through. Doing 5 straight shows in a week. That's a lot of strain on an old man like me.
Yeah. You should get a bye. You should get a bye every Friday.
I should have a bye no, not on football Friday.
Every Friday.
Monday, I'll take a bye. No,
sir.
Wednesday. Wednesday will be my bye week. I'll take a bye on Wednesday.
Yeah, I agree with you. Especially with there's some teams that play good teams first week of the season, but the majority of the teams are playing scrub teams first couple weeks anyway. So I don't understand why they need 2 byes for technically 9 games. It doesn't make any sense, but.
You got 5 teams, 5 teams in the Big Ten that don't play a P4 non-conference game. 5 teams that don't play those kind of games. Those are you're right. Yeah. They're like bye week because half the team doesn't even end up playing. Well, you think when Georgia plays Tennessee State opening week, or when Mississippi State is playing Louisiana Monroe opening week, or when Alabama's playing East Carolina opening week, you think Arkansas's playing UNA, North Alabama opening week? They're going to play half the game. It's a half a bye.
Right. Yep. Oh, I agree. It's it's all about the money. The longer they drag it out, because look, I'm a Michigan guy, but if Michigan's not on, I'll watch Kent State against Akron if that's the only game.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I got my wife. She's listening at home because I told her I was going to ask this question.
Okay.
And I would like to. Well, first off, I'm going to take the San Antonio Spurs, and I'm going to take the.
Cut out Spurs and who?
Now I got a question.
Wait, Joe, give me your NHL too. You cut out there for a minute. Spurs and who in the NHL?
The Colorado Avalanche. As bad as I hate to say it.
All right, so the Avs and the Spurs. Okay, all right. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Okay, so my wife and I, we had one of our boys. He went off to college and he played baseball. He was only about 2-3 hours away, so we were able to go visit, on the weekend, watch games, whatnot. So our youngest is fixing to be heading out to northeastern Oklahoma, which is about a 9.5-hour drive. So what advice, because I know you've had kids that have played sports, and you've coached and whatnot. What advice do you have for myself and my wife that it's not like we can just, jump in the car, go see them on the weekend? We may go watch a couple games, but what advice would you give parents who let their kids go that far away to kind of help them get through that situation?
Well, in this day and age, with being able to, back in the day when I was coaching, even in the 90s, we actually used to meet with the parents and we would talk to them about how to handle a phone call that they're going to get because the kid's going to want to go over the wall. At some point in time, they're going to want to go over the wall in September and they want to come back and everything else. But nowadays, with the video streaming, I think if you have, regular video streaming, a connection with them. I know my dad's 86 years old. And he and I FaceTime, although when we FaceTime, I'm usually looking at the top of his head or I'm looking at the ceiling or whatever, because I'm like, Dad, you got to keep the thing in front of your face. But, you feel the connection is better than ever. And their games are probably streamed. I would imagine that the games are going to be streamed somewhere where you can see them, and see them play and things like that. You got to schedule a couple of trips out there. There's no doubt. And then you got to look at the schedule and see, do they ever come east a little bit? You know what I mean? They come east where you can cut 2, 3, 4 hours off of the trip. Maybe it's a 4 or 5 hour trip and you get to head out there. But for the most part, it's really a healthy thing. I mean, they'll be homesick at some particular point in time, but it is a healthy thing. I hate to say it because I know some of my kids might be listening right now, but some of my most well-adjusted kids, I've got a daughter that lives in San Diego. I got a daughter that lives in Southwest Florida. They're incredibly well-adjusted. John and I live an hour and a half apart, from each other, and I get to see him once a week at the radio station and once in a while when he comes home. But he's extremely self-sufficient and well-adjusted because we don't live on top of each other. Now, I got kids that live on the same street as me too, and so there's that. But, it's not a terrible thing. It's not a terrible thing to kind of create that little bit of separation and so on. But just, use the FaceTime as much as you can and watch the games on the stream.
Well, Tom, I don't want to take up the whole lot of time, but I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, Joe Blue. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I see you every day.
Well, you see me every day because of technology now. You see me every day. Bama Brad says Vegas and OKC. So that's who he's taking in this deal. Vegas and OKC. It's a pretty solid pairing of teams there. Did you see the play, John, that TJ Friedel in the Giants-Reds game last night did? The Reds center fielder, have you seen the highlight of that? The Reds center fielder, he makes a diving catch on a ball. The ball clearly comes out. As soon as he hits the ground, the ball comes out. It rolls around on the ground. He rolls right over the ball, and then he comes up with the ball. After he rolls over the ball. I mean, the first replay you see, it's like, oh, my gosh, that ball came flying out of his glove, jumped up in the air, and it was like rolling around. He rolls over the ball. He picks the ball up while he's rolling over the ball, holds it up in the air, and caught the ball. Clearly. Here's the deal. He gets up like he caught it, and everyone buys it. There's no replay challenge by the Giants. The guy who hit the ball is rounding second. At the time, he takes his helmet off and tips his cap to the guy to the center fielder like, great catch. And everyone moves on. And the replay is as clear as day. I mean, it's not even close to being a catch. And Friedel knows. He must know he didn't catch the ball. It's obvious he didn't catch it. So the question is, the debate that's out there is that should Friedel have said something? Should he have said that he didn't catch it? Or does he get up and do you act like you caught the ball if you know you didn't catch it? Is golf the only, different sports have different cultures. Is golf the only sport where you kind of call one against yourself?
Well, in football, you're catching the football and then it might hit the ground. Regardless, though, you are acting as if you caught that ball. All right? And I don't think...
You're always trying to sell it,
I don't think MLB players hit the ground and they know that it falls out of their glove and they get up and they're acting like they caught it just for it to get overturned. They're acting as if they caught it because they want it to go in their direction, in the favor of the team.
But is it the right thing to do? And should he have said, should a baseball player? Now we know, same thing with, we could say football and whatnot. I don't know of another sport where you call it on yourself, where you say, hey, my ball moved,
Look,
like in golf.
At this point, with all of the different ways that you can overturn that, he got away with it. All right.
He got away with it. But,
you don't
is it the right thing to do? Or should he have said, I didn't catch it?
Morally, no. But, I mean, you got to win the game. You do what you got to do. And if they're not calling it, I'm getting up, celebrating, doing a backflip. And if nobody
so if
says
cheating,
anything,
you ain't trying? Is it basically
he's
we're
not
going with
cheating. If in his mind, he put it in his mind that he caught that ball, even though it might have rolled out, and everybody else agrees with him, at the end of the day, he caught that ball. Even if he didn't.
But we know he. I mean, if you know. I mean, you get up acting like you caught it. I cannot believe it didn't get replayed. You guys got to look it up during the break if you haven't seen it. It's so obvious that he didn't catch the ball. I mean, it comes out. It's not like, the ball hit. It's not like a snow cone and the top of the ball hit the ground and it grazed. And wait a minute, is that ball hitting the ground? He catches the ball, hits the ground. It was a beautiful diving effort. He hits the ground. The ball jumps out of his gloves, rolling around. He rolls over the ball, picks the ball up. I got it. No, you didn't. And then the whole world has to see it over and over and over again on the replays, on the Sports Center and everything. Yeah. All right. We got to grab a break. When we come back, Beau Estes will join us next of NBA.com right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
After winning 2 of 3 over the Miami Marlins, the Braves hit the road to meet the Philadelphia Phillies today. Game 1 of a weekend series at Citizens Bank Park. Martin Perez on the hill for the Braves, minus 108. Tawan Walker pitching for Philadelphia, minus 112. The total, 9.5 of that number is juice to the under. 7th-ranked Florida beat number 6 Auburn 6-3 in Game 1 of their weekend series in Gainesville. The Gators today, $1.54 favorite over the Tigers, plus 120. And Alabama opens up an SEC series today at Texas. Crimson Tide 2-1 road dogs. Texas minus 270. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
It's softball time in Alabama, and the best place for your travel softball team is to play with USSSA softball. Not only for the best travel team tournaments, but for recreational softball tournaments all around the area, as well for your high school level softball team. Plus, the USSSA National Championship this year is at the Gulf Shore in Orange Beach and the Foley Softball Complex. Now, for more information, visit alfastpitch.uSSSA.com. That's alfastpitch.uSSSA.com.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and we're making room for new shipments during our spring cleanout at Lynn Leighton Ford in Decatur. With your good credit, save thousands with 3.9% financing for up to 84 months on new 25 F-150s with STX 4x4s starting at under $44,000. New 25 Explorers start at under $36,000, or choose 2.9% for up to 84 months. Get 5.9% financing for up to 84 months on new 25 Broncos, or choose $2,750 customer cash plus 2-year 24,000-mile complimentary maintenance. And while they last, new 25 Bronco Sports come with your choice of $2,500 customer cash or 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. Don't miss your chance to save big with spring cleanout pricing on all new 25s. We hope to see you real soon at Lynn Leighton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnleightonford.com.
What does it mean to be a part of the Southeastern Conference? That you paint your body, your car, and your dog your school colors? Maybe. But it means more than that. It means your alumni network includes the state, the country, and beyond. It means your school ring doubles as your resume, and yeah, you better believe it means more titles, like doctor, CEO, and your honor. Because this is the SEC, and here, it just means more. What does it mean to be part of the Southeastern Conference? That yours is the only conference with its own chant? Well, yes, but it means more than that. It means a study abroad program that might include reforestation in a mangrove swamp in Australia. It means finding your calling, your future spouse, your startup's co-founders, and of course, grilling tongs that play your fight song. This is the SEC, and here, it just means more.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. It is going to be quite warm. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s, dropping into the mid 60s as we head into the overnight early Saturday morning. A mostly cloudy sky Saturday afternoon. We're going to begin to see some showers and thunderstorms move into the Tennessee Valley late Saturday afternoon and then through Saturday evening. Still climbing into the lower 80s, mid 60s for your Sunday.
Your Fox 54 weather only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Thom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231. And welcome back to Thom Abraham Show. And we are awaiting the GOAT mentator, Beau Estes. Beau used to be my NASCAR guy. That's how we met. Years ago, Beau was my NASCAR guy. And then he became, then he was also doing, that was back when NASCAR was on TNT the first time. And then he became doing the NBA stuff, and he's done the NBA top 10 every night for years, and he's great at it. There was a concern at one particular point in time that he wouldn't necessarily be doing it. I mean, when this whole new TV deal went down and TNT lost the NBA, I remember talking with Beau over the summer about it. It's like, what's going to go happen with you, man? What kind of a gig you're going to have. But apparently, back in September, the NBA, hooked him up to do the top 10. And he's legendary with these top 10s. I don't know how he does it. Very hard to do without a script. I don't know how he does it. But he'll be joining us here momentarily. Scheduled to be joining us here momentarily, which I think we will have. He's out in California now. It was easy when he was in Atlanta. He used to be in Atlanta for years. And now he is. Now he's out there in California, and he was involved in some sort of he would have joined us earlier, but it's a 2-hour time difference, and he's also. Let me just tell him like he was involved in some kind of a beach volleyball thing last night. I don't know if he was commentating on the beach volleyball. I don't know. John, your brother. Joe, when he was at Alabama, he actually did play-by-play for volleyball, for college volleyball at Alabama. You never did that, did you? Did you do some? Did you do some at UAH?
Some
or no?
Some play-by-play?
Volleyball. Did you do some play-by-play for volleyball?
No, not volleyball. Not yet. Only softball.
You did softball, but did you do lacrosse? Or anything like that?
I used to do the video side for lacrosse, but it's only been baseball and softball and basketball, actually.
Joe did volleyball, but he never did beach volleyball.
You imagine doing play-by-play for beach volleyball?
Be a lot of fun.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
I like the faster-paced sports, so that's why I like softball as well as beach volleyball is a pretty entertaining sport to watch. By the way, softball is coming. SEC softball is coming to the Rocket City. No, it's
been announced yet.
No, it
hasn't been announced
no,
yet. Did they announce it?
Yeah, they announced it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know we got the show there, the remote coming up there at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Did I give you do you think I gave you the wrong thing? Because he says he hasn't seen it yet.
I mean, probably.
Is it a distinct possibility that I gave you the wrong? Let me just double check it.
There's always a chance.
Bebo 42. No, that's right. I gave you the right one. He's checking his spam folder. I think I gave you the right one. I'm looking at it. All right, so he'll be joining us here in a few minutes. By the way, the other night, just get rid of this note because I had it on my sheet. Shohei Ohtani, for the first time since 2021, he was only in the lineup as a pitcher. He struck out 10 over 6 innings, finally allowed a run. It was the first run that he allowed in 32 and a third innings, but he was not in the lineup as a hitter. And as good a lineup as the Dodgers have, you wonder, can this dude take a day off at the plate when he pitches? It was the first time in 5 years that he wasn't in the lineup as a hitter the day he pitched. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is a really smart move. Do you need Shohei Ohtani in the lineup every single night? If he's pitching, first of all, you probably only need a couple of runs to win a game. The dude's got a .5 ERA. That's a half a run ERA in his couple of starts that he's had so far. I think it would be a smart move for them to do this all the time. I mean, unless it's like a huge playoff game or something like that, I think you do this with him all the time. If he's pitching, there's no reason for him to be hitting. But I will say this. Their lineup, their salary is grotesque. It's worse than what we originally even thought. Their salaries this year, their cost of their roster this year is $515 million. And that's with his deferred deal. That's not because they're paying him $70 million a year. That's with him only taking a $28 million hit for him because he has so much deferred money in his deal. $515 million for the Dodgers roster. The Mets are second at $433 million. I mean, it's got to be, if you're a fan of 2/3 of the teams in baseball, it's got to be so discouraging. I mean, it's just awful. When you look at some of the teams that are at the other end of the spectrum, I mean, they're 7 times the Miami Marlins payroll. Miami Marlins payroll's under, 100, under 100 billion. All right, we're going to get a break. Give us some time to do Beau in the final segment. And we will come back with him one way or the other. It's the Thom Abraham Show. Back with more right after this.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Now is the time to sign up for the Eagle Installation WZZN Charity Golf Tournament to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This year's event is the morning of April 20th at Cherokee Ridge, and each member of the winning team not only gets the championship belts, but a full year membership to Cherokee Ridge. Breakfast and lunch are provided, plus tremendous prizes and a chance to win $100,000. Cost is $800 a team or $200 per individual, and corporate sponsorships are available. Send an email to 977WZZNevents@gmail.com to reserve your spot today.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and we're making room for new shipments during our spring cleanout at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. With your good credit, save thousands with 3.9% financing for up to 84 months on new 25 F-150s with STX 4x4s starting at under $44,000. New 25 Explorers start at under $36,000, or choose 2.9% for up to 84 months. Get 5.9% financing for up to 84 months on new 25 Broncos, or choose $2,750 customer cash plus 2-year 24,000-mile complimentary maintenance. And while they last, new 25 Bronco Sports come with your choice of $2,500 customer cash or 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. Don't miss your chance to save big with spring cleanout pricing on all new 25s. We hope to see you real soon at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Now, Jimmy, you better not be eating that baseball again.
But Dad, I yearn for the sweet taste of the sport. This is the best that I got.
Well, then, put down that ball and let's head over to the yard for something a little less rubber-y.
Don't eat your glove this season. Take advantage of our Big Zone deals and head on over to the Yard Milkshake Barn right outside of Toyota Field, where you'll find sweet treats like the Biscoff Cheesecake, Sweet Heat Mango, Shirley Temple Floats, and so many more. It's the Yard Milkshake Barn. Make this summer a home run hit.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by USSSA Softball. If you're looking for a great tournament to put your team in, your high school level softball team in, you need to check out alfastpitch.uSSSA.com and find out where the best tournaments are. Anywhere throughout North Alabama, they've got great tournaments. Go ahead and check it out. alfastpitch.uSSSA.com. That's alfastpitch.uSSSA.com. Yeah, welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. The goat mentator. I've known Beau Estes for like 20 years, maybe 15 years, something like that. And I'll be totally honest with you. I don't ever remember the goat mentator, but I guess that's his nickname. And it's well-deserved because nobody does a top 10 highlight like Beau Estes. And he joins us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And
by Miracle on WZZN TV, where it's very early out there on the West Coast where Beau is, and he had a late night last night. Beau, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing good, Tom. It is a miracle that we're on here. I was down in Long Beach last night watching some women's professional volleyball. All my old Turner buddies have jumped over and are working there, it seems. So I got ticks, went down there, and had a good time on my one night of rest during the NBA playoffs, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so you weren't commentating, I think. You weren't doing play-by-play on women's beach volleyball now, were you?
I tell you what, that guy was working that was commentating. It wasn't me, but the guy would do in-arena sort of hype stuff, play-by-play. He'd hop on TV. He did everything. I mean, I hope that guy made a bundle of money last night because he was working.
I tell you what, I listened to some of your highlights earlier today on the top tens. And I will say this about that. First of all, goatmentator, huh? Really? I mean, is that like on your, do you have goat on your license plate out there? I mean, there's a lot of goats in Southern California.
Stand by. This is a joke my wife just gave me. It's a little goat trophy right here.
That's outstanding. But I will say this. I didn't even recognize your voice. I mean, you sound so different when you do the highlight package. And I just got to ask, I'm pulling back the curtain a little bit here for radio guys. Is this a process deal, or is that your voice when you're doing the highlights?
Well, so it's two different things. It's like I do the highlights as like any professional announcer might do the highlights. I just do the highlights flat. I give you all the information, sort of narrate the game, tell the story, the whole thing. And back in the Turner days, the last thing we would ever do was those NBA top tens. And so it's 2:30 in the morning back on East Coast time. I'm going to have to drive home through Midtown Atlanta. So I'm fueled up on 3 or 4 cups of coffee before I jump on the mic there. And it just came across like a wildcat jumping in the audio booth. And somehow it took off. It absolutely took off. It went viral on the internet. I got all these interviews, all these magazine articles written up, and it wasn't intentional. It really wasn't. It just became this little thing. And the way I look at it is, you get me for all the highlights as a regular professional sports announcer, and then I look at the top 10 as a scoop of ice cream at the end of the night for fans. Just here's some pure candy that you can enjoy, and I'm on a sugar high, and let's have some fun.
And you freestyle them, right? I was saying freeballing earlier, but I guess that would be a different thing. You might be freeballing while you're freestyling. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I think the cops would show up if I was doing the latter. But yeah, it is pretty much all freestyle. I do it for the NBA. I do it for the EuroLeague. I've done it so long that it's sort of second nature now. It becomes kind of, I don't want to say easy, but it's easier if you've done this for as many years as I've done it. But yeah, apparently there's something called the Kenyan Literary Review. This is a prestigious literary review magazine that somehow did a feature on my top tens. And they said I have a condition called clanging, which means that everything in my head can rhyme and does rhyme if I so desire to express it that way. It's almost like steroids for an athlete if you're trying to rap. It just worked out that way. It's almost like a disability that works out as an ability in this case.
Yeah, it's incredible. Now you must have some go-tos though, right? I mean, you can't everybody
take it into the hole with soul, bring it in from the roof with the truth, coming in from the ceiling with feeling. All that stuff is just sort of easy, and it's right there.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about these playoffs that are going to get started here over the weekend. And, one of the things we always lament, and I had commented earlier in the week, that really first round of the NBA playoffs should be best of 5, because then you'd have a chance that there would be an upset. If best of 7 in the first round, it's just very, very difficult to get any kind of upsets in these things. But having said that, best of 7 be damned. If we're looking at this thing overall right now, if we're looking at it, tell me why I'm not going to get, 1-2 in the East, 1-2 in the West. Where are those upsets? Because we do have some kind of newbies. You got the Pistons as the 1 seed in the East, and you got the Spurs as a 2 seed in the West. And these guys are in uncharted waters. So give me some of the upsets we might see.
Well, I think out west, I think the 1-2 is pretty safe. I think for those of you who haven't watched Victor Wembanyama, we are talking about an all-time great player if he stays healthy. I expect them to be right there. I expect them to really push the champion Oklahoma City Thunder if they do meet up. The Lakers are a team that it seems very vulnerable to me, but for years I've said, tell me who's healthy and I'll tell you who wins the NBA championship. The Lakers are not healthy. They're in no condition to be as high a seed as they are. So I think that's a vulnerable team out west, which isn't great for the league, but it is what it is. In the East, Cade Cunningham has been hurt, and it's not necessarily hurt, but he's been out. So I think that the Pistons could be a bit vulnerable. Jalen Duren has been unbelievable for them, but I don't know that that's enough. The weird thing about the Eastern Conference is, and I don't want to say that the Charlotte Hornets present a threat, but the fact that they got Kobe White at the deadline just changed the trajectory of this team. He was a 20-point-a-game scorer last year for the Chicago Bulls, and he jumps into this Charlotte lineup that can score lights out and presents just another punch to their lineup. So I think they can be a little bit dangerous. I think Detroit can be a little bit vulnerable. On the opposite side, the Boston Celtics, all of a sudden, Jason Tatum is back and very, very good from his Achilles injury. So they're better than they would have been going in. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Boston Celtics in the finals. And I know that doesn't thrill you, but it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, you got, Celtics and Sixers is going to be a little bit of a sports eye candy type of deal there. Yep. And, Knicks Hawks that's not a layup for no pun intended, for the Knicks. And here's the thing. You mentioned the Knicks, the potential Knicks Celtics in round 2. Anything short of going to the final is a failure. I mean, he fired Tom Thibodeau because they couldn't get out of the conference thing. If they don't go to I'm not saying they got to win the NBA championship. If they don't go to the NBA finals, if they don't go this is a failure, because what'd you fire Tom Thibodeau for? He went last year.
You made a really good point, Tom. This is no layup against the Atlanta Hawks. I know that Trae Young was a villain in New York for what he did to the Knicks, but they're better without him. Jalen Johnson as their star player is a better combination, and that team is deep. They are young. They are talented. They legitimately can beat the Knicks. They're a threat. So the Knicks have a terrible path to the finals, and like you said, that's their goal. So if they beat the Hawks, which I don't know is a certainty, then you get likely the Celtics, and then you go on and get whoever comes out of that other side. If it's the Pistons, which you assume, that's not easy either. So the Knicks have a tough road, which I don't see, if I'm being really honest, I don't see the Knicks in the finals at all.
Josh Carey joins us to talk baseball every Tuesday. He's Harry Carey's grandson.
Right, yeah.
And I got to tell you, I'm looking at you right now. That a little bit of dishevel still in the hair and them glasses.
Sure.
Man, you got a Harry Carey thing going on. I just
my wife said the same thing yesterday. I'm not the young guy she married, Tom, I'm afraid.
So the Cavs and the Raptors, like to see the Cavs get through that. I'd love to see a little Detroit-Cleveland thing in round 2, only because, these cities have always had this great Great Lakes rivalry. The Browns and the Lions used to always play in a Great Lakes Classic, they called it. They actually have a trophy for it and all that kind of stuff. And, the Cavaliers would be a tough out for the Pistons as well.
Well, yeah, and the thing with the Cavaliers is they've got a guy in Donovan Mitchell who can go off for 35 and 40 points every single game out there. So if you shut him down, they've got another guy who's sort of an all-star level player in Evan Mobley. They've got Jared Allen. They've got active bodies down low to combat a guy like Jalen Duren. It's, again, the Eastern Conference is so much more intriguing to me than the Western Conference in terms of what should happen. Again, health is everything. You tell me that Victor Wembanyama gets hurt, everything changes. You tell me that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets hurt, everything changes. But if teams are healthy, the Eastern Conference is tough. I wouldn't be overwhelmingly shocked if the Hawks made the finals. I'll put it that way. That's how deep it is. The Hawks are a team that is on the rise. I am telling, and not just because I'm a former Atlanta guy. I'm just telling you, that's a team that is well put together. That is a team that has so many young athletic bodies. I don't expect them to get to the finals at all. I don't. I would probably put Boston in if I had to slot somebody in. But I wouldn't be shocked if they got there just because of the number of active, talented bodies that they have and the way that you got a guy like Dyson Daniels, who's a terrific defender. They're just physical. They're tough. They have shot makers. They just wind up with C.J. McCollum out of that Trae Young trade. That's a guy who can make shots all the way down the stretch. They've got talent, man. The Eastern Conference is going to be a wild ride in these playoffs.
Yeah, this is when I watch the NBA the most, these 2 months of the playoffs. I watch Knicks games during the season, so I'm not paying super close attention throughout the season. But why aren't the Magic a 4 or a 5 seed? I mean, shouldn't the Orlando Magic, with their talent, shouldn't they be better than having a fight through Charlotte tonight, who I guess will have LaMelo Ball, right? I mean, they didn't end up disciplining him at all for that little cheap play that that little stunt that he pulled in that game.
Yeah, no suspension for LaMelo Ball. He got a fine, which is heavy to you or I, but not to him, really. So he will be there. And, again, this is a Hornets team that is better than they should be, or better than their seeding would indicate, because of the way they pack the talent at the trade deadline. So that's going to be a challenge for the Magic. As to why they're not as, sort of highly seeded as you might imagine, I think, Franz Wagner being out for a while hurt that team. He is arguably their best player. I know Paolo Banchero is right there. Those two guys are 1A and 1B, however you want to rank them. But I think that the Magic have a lot of talent. Is it as much talent as some of the other teams in the Eastern Conference? I doubt it, but they're under normal circumstances. This is a 5 seed somewhere in there for the Orlando Magic. And, the injury bug hits you in the NBA season, and it is costly because the margins are so small now between particularly these teams in the Eastern Conference. I think, again, out west, those top 2 teams are a level above, frankly, even anybody in the East, save the Boston Celtics. But, in the East, it's tough. It's tough sledding.
All right, when it's all said and done 2 months from now, give me a gold ball. Who's raising a gold ball? I mean, are we going to go with the chalk and go OKC? What do you think? Give me a champion.
If I had to, just based on the odds, based on the numbers, I would go Oklahoma City defending their championship. I think that the greatest threat to them is Victor Wembanyama stepping into the spotlight, becoming the face of the league, becoming the guy who carries this league forward for the next 10 years. And people start wondering, is he going to get into that top 10 all-time conversation right away? I think San Antonio is the biggest threat to them. But if I had to pick a champion, it's Oklahoma City. And third choice would be the Boston Celtics.
I thought, by now the Milwaukee Bucks would be a contender every year, with the Greek Freak. It would be that way. With Wemby, are they one more piece away from being a dominant team like that, where they'll win 3 out of 5 championships? Is there one more guy that they can get to help him?
I think it's one more year. I think it's one more year of maturity. Look, they got
just with that roster. Okay.
Yeah. I think they got Dylan Harper is a rookie, is an outstanding future All-Star. They've got Steph Castle. They've got Devin Vassell. They've got all sorts of talent. And Wembanyama on the court changes absolutely. You're not getting shots off in the paint, Tom. It's just not happening. So I think what you're talking about is an era-defining player who can change the history of basketball, even more so than a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's going to repeat as MVP again this year. He'll be a 2-time MVP, and I still think that this is Victor Wembanyama's league.
Always a pleasure. Great to catch up with Beau Estes. Beau, we'll chat with you again here during the playoffs. Appreciate you.
Take care, buddy.
All right, that's going to do it. For the boys in the control room, I'm Thom Abraham. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN.